cover LSU, so 2 years ago, Paul was able to hold Renato for that third game. Similar situation.
Well, it could be. Again, I will not hold him unless he feels like it's in his best interest to wait today. If he doesn't think it serves a purpose, or Coach Myers, there's no reason to do it from my perspective. You got to try to play well whenever you can. And if he's our best guy and he's available, we'll run him out there.
Is Walker available for sure? Or is that going to be something you have to check?
Yeah, well, he talked to. I'm shocked that he was able to play tonight. You know, the Dr. Walsh and Dr. Mazaway came into town today. They spent a lot of time with him and trying to get. When you have a hamate fracture, there's tremendous pain, and they did everything they could to alleviate that for him. And the massage work and the cast, not a cast, but the thing that he was wearing, and he jumped out. You know, he wasn't on the field when we started batting practice, and he jumps in the last group and hits a ball in the bullpen in batting practice, and I was like amazed. That because I've been a part of many players over the years that have had hamates, and it's extremely painful. And he had the thing wrapped up, and he ran out there and said, I think I can do it. I'm just amazed at that. So I'm sure it'll be another struggle. I mean, it's not going to go away. He's going to have some surgery at some point in the near future. So we'll try to repeat the procedure and get him back out there if we can tomorrow.
Was he okay for the whole game, or was there a point where you thought he may have to come out?
He scuffled some. I mean, during the middle of the game, and had to get some treatment and get him going again a little bit and try to help him get through the thing. But a hamate is very painful, and you got ice and you do a lot of things to try to keep him from feeling that. But when you do that, it's also numb a lot. So it's hard to when the bat came out of his hand. I'm thinking, because that's sort of a sign of a hamate issue. And he said it just did kind of slip, but it was great to see him out there. They're fantastic.
Can you talk a little bit about Tyler Webb's performance coming in and going extended for the first time in a while?
Well, he did a good job. I think maybe Webb and Taylor got lost in that game a little bit. If you look at the end result with Price closing it out, but I thought Tyler threw the ball really well. He was all around the plate, and he didn't get a couple of pitches, but he located well, and he's been up and down in that bullpen since we've been here. And he felt he was ready to go. That's impressive. You're talking about Forrest and Webb out there tonight. We've been here for a few days, and those guys haven't been on the mound, and they go out there and they were very comfortable. They did a super job for us.
Coach, the last couple of ball games, 13 innings and then an extra inning affair tonight. The fans back in South Carolina and across the nation, you're giving them heart attacks, aren't you? You guys are making some unbelievable plays and getting out of jam after jam after jam. Are you guys the cardiac cocks this year?
Well, there's a little cardiac going on, but for all those fans that are suffering, multiply 4 or 5 times, and that's me.
What's going on in your mind when John Taylor's out there, bases loaded, no outs? Do you feel like the situation's eventually going to catch up to you?
Well, I don't know if you feel like it's going to catch up to you, but certainly, it's a game of percentages, and you win a lot of close ones, the ball's going to squirt through there somewhere, a guy's going to get a hit. But what you like is you look out there and you see John Taylor very composed, just like there's nobody on base and there's runners everywhere, and he's going to try to make a pitch. And we're fortunate, that ball goes a couple of steps either way, and you don't make a play, and the game's over. And all you do is try to approach things the right way. You can't always get the outcome you want, but if you can get your guys to approach it the right way and have good presence, you're going to have some good things happen on occasion. We've had our share. There's no doubt about it.
Can you ever recall in your career winning back-to-back games where you've scored the winning run like you did these last 2 games with 2 overthrows, the same basis, in the same kind of situation?
No, I can't recall that. It's kind of crazy. You talk about running Christian Walker, and Matthews is up there, and Zanina is one of the better guys in the country, and we were able to sneak in there, and then the ball takes it crazy hot and gets away from the third baseman there. So, you gotta play it right and have a little luck too. So we've had our share of that.
Coach, it's one of those games that you play, and it seems like all the time. But I know up in the press box, we were all sitting there like, "Is this really happening?" Did you have a moment like that today where you're just shaking your head?
Well, we've been in a lot of these games, and I know we don't win them all the time, certainly, but it doesn't matter if we're playing a midweek game, back in Columbia, or you're playing here. We're in these a lot. We have been the last few years. We haven't had the kind of team where we've been able to throw up a lot of crooked numbers. I said the other day, and we're not necessarily comfortable in it, but we know there's going to be a crack somewhere. We might have a chance to win. Well, you're going to lose too. But we got some older players that have been there, and it's not automatic certainly. But we feel like if we're in a close one, we got a 50-50 crack at it if something good happens, and that's kind of the way they approach it. And there is a lot of not comfort, but there's a lot of maturity and perspective in the dugout. Randall's out there, he's cruising. We got no chance. We're handcuffed. We're shut down. But we're only, a run behind. And, if they get 2, we're still got a time to run the on-deck circle. That's sort of the mentality, and you keep hanging in there.